Ooh. What's been going on there?
Not much, just same old with the week. Living life,
Living life?
Playing golf a little bit.
Yeah.
Not much though, really. So
How's the weather been out here?
up here, I mean, weather's been good. For the most part, it's been good. It rained yesterday, but other than that, it's been good.
Okay. Yeah, it's been crazy down in Columbus, man.
Really?
What we gonna get? Yeah, man. It's cold one day. It'd be like freezing cold at like 4, 5, 6 in the morning, and then later on it'd be like almost summertime. So you really don't never know what you're gonna get. Sometimes it might rain too. So we don't never know. We don't never know, man. So that's what it is. How was your week though, man? Did you see your friends and everything at school?
Yeah, I did.
How'd that go?
It was good. Honestly, it was good.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't do much with it, but it was good.
Cool.
Halloween, I was just giving out candy.
Yeah, did you go trick or treating? Did you go like around the neighborhood?
I was just giving candy out. Giving candy out. I had a couple pieces. That was it.
Okay.
I was like, you know what?
Where were you at? Were you just at home, or where were you at?
Outside, throwing cornhole and stuff.
Okay.
A couple of the kids. I was like, you know what? If you get a cornhole, I'll give you all the candy in here.
Did you get it?
No, almost though.
Almost?
They almost had it.
Yeah.
I was like, ooh.
Are y'all giving out the big kind of candy, or y'all giving out the small ones? Minis?
Kind of both, yeah.
Both?
Yeah. Yeah, it was good though. It was good.
Yeah. My favorite kind was Reese's. So.
Oh really?
Right now.
Yeah, they were so good. I love those.
There's a conspiracy theory about holidays like Halloween and like Christmas and like Valentine's Day and all these other holidays that say it's mainly for the companies that produce the kind of items that we buy, so that their consumer revenue can go up. That's the kind of the conspiracy theory. And when you think about it, it's like, man,
I believe that.
Yeah, sure. Like think about the candy industry like around this time.
Oh yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Then obviously the toy industry around like Christmas and stuff like that, or the shoe industry or whatever it is people buy for.
Candy industry is at its highest right now.
Of course, right now, yeah. And then you think about, also Valentine's Day too. People gonna be buying chocolate and flowers and stuff like that.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of weird when you think about it like in that way.
Oh yeah. For sure. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what it is, man.
Did
your friends ask you to hang out?
A little bit, but I was like, no. It was just, it was gonna be some parties and stuff like that. I was like, nah, don't really want to, so.
So you said no? Okay, good, progress. Progress.
Yeah,
man.
girlfriend's kind of been keeping me back from doing that.
And she should.
Yeah, but sometimes I want to have fun, but
You can have fun. You know what I'm saying? I just think you gotta think about the kind of fun you having though. This is the trick, right? The trick is, especially in high school, the trick is to stay as locked in as possible. You don't really want to leave that zone that you're in or that box that you're in.
Yeah.
You want to try your best to stay as close, in that box as you possibly can. Yeah. And in high school, it's like you got so many different things pulling you in different directions. I say this, bro. I feel like high school is like more extreme than a lot of places you're gonna be in. And what I mean by extreme is when people are going in these different directions, what they do is they'll pull you all the way in. They'll pull you all the way in. It's like this, right? Imagine like 100 houses, for example. Right? Now you open that door and you like, damn, what's in there? And then there's something that intrigues you, and you go follow that. And then there's something else that intrigues you, and you go follow that. And then before you know it, you all the way in that room.
Yeah, exactly.
And before you was just opening the door, but now you all the way in that room. High school like that.
That's kind of how it goes.
Yeah, high school like that, man. For sure, man. It's extreme. You gotta go into those energy fields in high school.
Yeah.
So that's why I think the best thing is just saying no. Knowing what you need to lock in on and just saying no. You know what I mean? So being able to do that for sure.
Yeah.
Good, man. I was at the Marist and Tucker game last night. Football game. I thought it'd be a good game.
Probably not.
Right. With 4 minutes to go in the second quarter. Matt, it was 50-14. And I was like, bro, what is going on here?
Tucker sucks, man.
Nah, but I'm not used to Tucker sucking all out. not used to that.
Their basketball team is really, really good though.
Is it really?
Oh, they're full into basketball now.
Oh wow, no.
Yeah. They're not a football. They're not a football team.
Bro, when I was coming up, Tucker was like, it was Tucker football, bro.
Really? Tucker was good?
Was it Asher Allen? You probably don't remember these guys, but Asher Allen, I think, went to Tucker. Asher Allen was a hell of a running back for Georgia.
Yeah. My dad played against him in Marist.
Yeah.
He was.
Oh, he was a hell of a running back.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was.
That's
like,
what my dad said. It was like he was tough
Asher
to
Allen
bring
was
down.
that dude, bro.
Because my dad was he was headhunter on the D line.
Okay.
He was tough to bring down.
Yeah, man. Yeah, he went to Tucker, so that's what I'm saying. I'm not used to Tucker not having football.
Yeah, Tucker's not great now, but you know.
I'm not used to that, bro.
Mm-hmm.
But I you know what? I can tell that you right. You know what I'm saying? Because Tucker had a kid, man. This dude started at safety.
Yeah.
Started at receiver. Did the kickoff.
Oh my god.
Punted. Return kicks.
Oh
return punts.
Oh my god.
I was like, bro, he gonna do everything.
Yeah, right.
One person,
play quarterback next.
Bro, he never came off the field. Like, it was funny to see because dude was like literally that first touchdown, for example. Tucker first touchdown. They scored 2 in the first half. First touchdown was first quarter, and he went and caught a pass over the middle and ran it in, right?
Yeah.
So I'm trying to look for dude to come off the field, and I'm looking at the field, bro. He's about to kick the field goal. I'm like, what are we doing? Like,
yeah, right.
Come get a break. Like, what are you?
Yeah, exactly.
But that's what they doing, man.
Yeah, it's like, I swear, it's like UMass playing Georgia.
So yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And Marist is so good this year too.
Oh,
They never beat
Marist.
it.
But they're always good.
Yeah.
Marist has always been good. That's
Yeah.
the definition. Their high school is the definition of excellence.
Yeah,
You
just
know,
sports
they have-
all around and academics too.
Oh,
For
yeah.
sure. For sure.
Definition of excellence.
Yeah, yeah.
You know.
But I brought up being able I brought up me going to the game last night because as I was at the game, I was listening to this audio book, right? Yeah, you know what I'm finna say. I was listening to this audio book and I'm like watching the game, but I'm like getting excited because I'm listening to the audio book and I'm like, this is perfect for Matt, bro. Like everything I'm listening to right now is exactly what we talk about. And there's a couple of things that I say when it comes to chop wood, carry water. All right, so I'll write them down really quick.
I haven't started reading it yet,
It's
but I
fun.
heard about it.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun. Let me see.
My dad sent it over to me. I'm like, oh, he
Yeah.
wants me to read another book.
Yeah, you can listen to this one. I think it'd be better if you just listen to this one because you're gonna get the author of Josh Metcalf is like talking and he's like painting the picture. You got sounds in the backgrounds of what he's saying.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Chop wood, carry water. Carry water. Now, the first thing about chop wood, carry water, right? And you'll see this when you read this, is that it talks a lot about this concept of building your house. I won't go into detail just yet about this. I will talk about the other two, but I just want you to keep this in mind of building your house. You're gonna see why I pinpoint that as you read the book or as you listen to the book. But what he really talks about is the process. Okay, so in Chop Wood, Carry Water, he talks about how when he gets to this specific location, he wants this specific goal. I'm not gonna go into detail about what it is he wants. I'll just say when he gets to this specific location, he wants this specific goal.
Makes sense.
And when he gets there, because of the fact that, similar to you, right, throughout his entire childhood, he's always wanted this specific goal. He's wanted it since he was a kid. He has a brother as well that used to play around. You know how like sometimes as athletes when we grow up, we got family, like cousins or brothers or whatever, we might be in the backyard hooping and stuff like that. Like I'm gonna go to the league or like playing football or whatever, or baseball.
Yeah.
We envision ourselves already at the top of whatever we're doing.
For sure.
But we tend to neglect the process. We don't want to do the process as much because we're so intrigued by obtaining the end result.
Yeah, exactly.
That's something that's in Chop Wood, Carry Water.
Yeah, my dad was like, if everybody saw the outcome and was at the top, it wouldn't, it'd be the easiest thing ever.
It'd be the easiest thing ever, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But the biggest thing is having the ability to not neglect the process. Instead, go the opposite direction. Like dive into the process.
Yeah.
Dive into the process. I said something last time where I said the end result can be a distraction to you. And it's real. It doesn't sound right when I say it because we've always been taught and conditioned to want the end result. That's what you crave. What if I said that's a distraction?
It is.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So being able to go with it that way. Another thing too, in Chop Wood Carry Water, is this notion of watching others. So we talked about it last time when you brought up these two gentlemen right here, right? Like being able to watch others and taking in some information from them, right? So you'll see when you read the book, there are times where he and a specific person, I'm trying to go on decide, I don't want you to get the full effect, but he and a specific person, they'll go out and they'll watch certain sports events and stuff like that, and they'll pick up knowledge from other athletes and stuff, and they'll apply that to what they got going on, all right? But the main, I say the main point of the book is the process, though. That's why it's called Chop Wood Carry Water. The introduction to the book is extremely fascinating. Like the first couple of chapters, extremely fascinating. There's a story that he tells before they get into where he's actually going, like the basis of the book. There's a story that he tells to kind of set us up for that, and it's extremely fascinating. And it makes you think about, like, damn, every day I wake up, I need to ensure that I'm making sure that I'm essentially doing everything I can to set myself up when it comes to the process.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And there's a specific reason why. You know, so just think about it that way. But when you read that book, you'll see why I want you to get to that book right there. All right. Last week, we talked about this concept called NLP. What did I say NLP was? What does it stand for? What is it? All that. I gave you examples.
You did. I'm gonna straight up say I forgot.
Okay. NLP stands for, write this down on your phone too. Because this is probably one of the most important concepts I think that anybody could ever learn. I feel like the stuff that we did up here in the past couple of weeks is kind of an introduction.
Yeah.
Some things that we've been talking about before, but now we're gonna really start diving into some, I guess I like to call it scary psychology.
Say next level player. No.
It can turn into this, or you can use it as an example, but it doesn't stand for next level player. NLP stands for Neuro-Linguistic Programming. Neuro-Linguistic Programming.
You write that down.
Yep.
Yeah, appreciate you.
Neuro. Neuro-Linguistic Programming. Now let me set the scene real quick for what we'll be discussing over the next couple of weeks, actually. Neuro-linguistic programming. So neuro, mind, linguistic, mouth, and then programming. Let me set the scene while you're doing that. We'll be talking about over the next couple of weeks. So I'm gonna try to be as
You said programming.
Programming. I'm gonna try to be as, I guess, not safe. I don't know a way to describe what we're gonna talk about in a nicer, more softer manner, right? There's information that people have that others don't. You know what I'm saying?
Makes sense.
And what happens, Matt, is that when you get up to a certain level, that other type of information is not optional, it's required, because these people that are being told this information are now investments. So for example, when you think about professional athletes, that owner is making $1 million investment, or sometimes close to $1 billion investment if your name is Shohei Ohtani and Juan Soto and everybody else. they're investments. When you think about people that play for Georgia, play for Tennessee, play for Auburn, Bama, Florida, UCLA, USC, all of these teams, Ohio State, these athletes are investments, which means these people need success.
Yeah.
Now. You know what I'm saying? So there's other information that they have. Neuro-linguistic programming is one of those things. It's almost a scary psychology because it's like you take a human being and you're able to make them a totally different person. I made a comment before you left last week when we were outside, and I said, you don't have to be good to make it. And you looked at me like, what? What you mean? What we're about to explore over these next couple of weeks, you understand why. It's good to be good, but based off of what's being imputed and what you need, what you know subconsciously, if you believe I'm supposed to make it, you're gonna find a way to make it. Because that's what's supposed to happen. You get up out the bed in the morning, you feel like I'm supposed to walk to the bathroom or walk to wherever, you're going to walk to the bathroom.
Exactly.
Doesn't matter how your legs feel, or you say you did leg day yesterday, and you got a cramp, and you like, not a cramp, but you got, you know what I'm saying, you sore, like, you sore. But you know, you wake up, and your system is, as soon as I wake up, I walk to the bathroom, brush my teeth. What do you think you're gonna do when you get out of bed?
Walk to the bathroom.
It's already systemized in my brain that that's what I'm supposed to do. It doesn't matter how I feel quality-wise with my legs. You know what I'm saying? That's what I mean by when I say if you put yourself in the system, if you feel like things are supposed to happen, they're going to happen. Right? Neuro-linguistic programming. Okay? I want you to look up Kobe real quick. Kobe Bryant, 1995. Kobe Bryant, 1995. 95, 96. And look up images.
35 points, 12 rebounds. Damn.
What did he look like, pictures wise?
Skinny.
Holy
cow.
Basketball player, man.
Tall, but really skinny.
Let me see.
Like, no ounces of muscle on him. Almost no ounces of muscle.
Okay.
Crazy. 35 points and 12 rebounds is insane with how skinny he is.
Yeah, I realized too, man, he was at a private school with 25 kids, man.
Yeah.
Everybody else is 5'10", max.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
Dropping that amount is crazy though.
So I want you to, so this is a clear depiction right here of what he looked like his rookie year. Right? He looked like that rookie year going into, playing in the league and everything.
He does not look like a rookie.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't even look like a...
That was his rookie year, right? This is rookie year as well. I want you to tell me what you notice about all of these pictures.
Like,
rookie year. Alright.
Looks like he's starting to buff up a little bit.
He's starting to buff up just a little bit. Yeah. That was 96, 97, that was rookie year. Alright. Tell me what you notice about him. Let's see here. Let's see, I'll type in Kobe Bryant, Lord Mary. What you notice about him? That was senior year of high school.
Wow.
It's 95, 96.
Skinny kid.
Skinny?
Real skinny. Just.
What you notice about him?
Wow. It looks like he's buffing up, but he really tall.
He's really tall. Mm-hmm. I want you to notice want you to notice is that he's bald.
Yeah.
At 17, this dude was bald. And it wasn't as if he couldn't grow hair. Because we all know about Kobe and Shaq. You know, he had the fro.
Yeah.
You know, early 2000s, he was winning championships with the fro.
He wanted to be bald.
So it's not like he wanted to be bald. It's not like he had to go bald.
Exactly.
Why do you think he went bald?
He wanted to look and play like MJ.
Write this down on your phone.
Mm.
All right. This is the definition of neuro-linguistic programming.
Isn't it like looking like someone to play like them?
Possibly. It is taking someone else's software, and putting it into your hard drive. Taking someone else's software and putting it into your hard drive. Taking someone else's software and putting it into your hard drive in hopes of looking like them, or obtaining what they have. In hopes of looking like them or obtaining what they have. Then I want you to look up a picture of this quarterback at Nebraska, whose name is Dylan Raiola.
Patrick Mahomes, Dylan Raiola.
Patrick Mahomes, Dylan Raiola. Now, do you think it's a secret that he does literally everything, or do you think it's a coincidence that he does literally everything that Patrick Mahomes does?
I wouldn't say so.
All the way down to the pre-game routine and how he looks and how he wears his hair and the number. If you look at the Nebraska game, man, you look at him run.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, onto the field. You know how Patrick Mahomes does that little lazy run?
Yeah.
Same thing. Same thing.
It's crazy.
Same thing. Now, you think about the fact that Patrick Mahomes, of course, is his mentor, and they work out together. So I'm sure he gets some of that from that. But then you think about the fact, because you remember I told you that a lot of these guys that have this information are investments.
Yeah.
So you think about the fact that Dylan Raiola's dad was first team All Big Ten in 1990 something, and as an offensive lineman, and he also played professional ball. So he knows things.
Yeah.
Right?
For sure.
This is the crazy part because we see this stuff in front of our face. We have no idea what we're looking at. And then you got people that will clown Dylan Raiola because, man, you want to be Patrick Mahomes so bad, bro. Why you acting like, dude, you ain't got your own identity?
Ain't nothing like him.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what they say. Not knowing he's doing it for a purpose. I am literally taking Patrick Mahomes' software, I'm imputing it into my hard drive because at one time, or at some point, I hope to be where Patrick Mahomes is. Why would I not want to be like the dude who they call the baby GOAT right now?
Yeah.
Who has 2 MVPs, 2 Super Bowls. Why would I not want to be like that? You know? Now, this is the reason why I wanted to tell you this today. Because I'm not trying to get you to be like anybody else. Right? Can you take things from other people?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course you can. You can watch Tiger. You can watch, whoever else you want to watch.
Mm-hmm.
Any other greats. You can watch Kobe and Mike. You can take from them. Of course.
Yeah.
You'd be crazy not to take from greatness, right? Or follow something that they did. It worked.
Yeah.
Right? But this is why I'm telling you to do this, bro. This is why I'm telling you to do this. Player performance profile. Right, an LP down here. Now, I want you to, we're going to talk about what these are, and then we're going to rank them. All right? Or rate them. Tactical, okay? The ability to think the game of golf through, right? Strategizing in regard to how you should approach how to win at golf, right? Again, we're still thinking process. Your process is going to lead up to the end result, but we're still thinking process. So, holes 1 through 9, right? Holes 10 through 18. How do you approach these, right? What's your tactic? What's your strategy to ensuring that you're performing well when it comes to those specific holes? Are you breaking them down? Are you approaching certain holes a specific way? Why are you approaching this hole a specific way? Remember we talked about details last time?
Yeah.
Yeah, when I brought up the wine cellar example, oh, this person likes wine. Why does he like wine? Where's his wine at? Why does he like it? Does his parents like wine? What does his parents look for? Like, it's going deeper into that, right? So the tactical, of course. How do you approach the game of golf? How do you approach it? Like, let's say you about to go out there, you on the first hole. How are you approaching this hole as well as the next hole, as well as 3 through 6, 6 through 9, 9 through 12, like all of that?
I'd say first where to aim.
Okay.
I say that,
Okay.
Put in the hat there. Where to aim, where I need the ball to go.
Mhm.
Like, is it okay if I'm in the rough a little bit? Is it okay if I'm like, of course fairway is nice, but sometimes you can be blocked out by trees, other factors like that.
Mhm.
But what side is safe? How much will I have in if I take this club?
Mhm.
Is it too much club? Certain things like that. Especially heading into an iron shot. Do I need to hit this club? Will this club be enough to get there? Do I need to hit it into the middle of the green because I have a harder shot? Or do I just go right at it because I got a wedge? I got less than a wedge in. Just take dead aim right at the flag, put it close. And it's just, I played a couple nights ago on Wednesday. I played terrible. I played really bad, and I haven't played really bad in a while. It's been a while since I played really bad golf. Played Wednesday and played really bad. I lost. How many balls did I lose? God forbid. I think I lost like 6 balls, and it was so bad. I 3-putted almost every single green too. It was a disaster. My strategy was I didn't have good tactics. I didn't go with my routine that made me feel comfortable. I didn't go with that routine that made me feel comfortable. I talked to Trammell that night because of how bad I played. And he was like, we were just debunking my round. I didn't get to play 9 holes. I got to play a couple. You have a tissue?
Grab your phone real quick as well, because I'm gonna have you write this down now. Write down.
Appreciate you.
Write down 5 tablespoons of honey. Write down 5 tablespoons of honey. 2 tablespoons of cayenne pepper. And 1 whole lemon.
You said 2 tablespoons of
cayenne pepper. 5 tablespoons of honey. 2 tablespoons of cayenne pepper. 1 whole lemon. All right, and then I want you to put that all into either a jar or some type of apparatus that you could shake it up and mix it all together. And then take 3 sips every day. Do one at breakfast, one at lunch, one at night. You can, or at least 2 sips a day. And then whatever you have, you'll clear it up.
I'm not sick though. I'm just
Your nose is stuffed up right now.
a little bit, just allergies with all the fog and everything.
You got allergies, it'll clear it up. Clear whatever you got up. I had COVID a couple years ago, it cleared that up too. Clear common cold. As soon as I got colds, I felt myself coming down with something.
Yeah.
Take a sip of that and I'm good. Like I'm straight. Everything cleared up, I'm cool. Alright.
As I was saying though, yeah, I played really bad, and then
What was your strategy going in though?
my strategy going. The thing is, I went in there and I was gonna get to that. I went in there and Tremble and I were debunking my round, and first mistake that I made, I didn't go to the putting green like I normally do every time to go check the greens, I didn't go to the putting green. Instead I just hit, and I told Tremble that, and he was like, mistake number 1, right there.
You didn't go to putting green.
You didn't go to the putting green you didn't go to the putting green to start your routine.
Yeah.
And I was like, how does that affect my round though? I played this course so many times. He's like,
Routine.
stop right there.
Routine.
He's like, sure, you may have played this course many times, but that does not mean maybe the greens gotten faster, maybe they gotten slower, certain things like that I didn't take into consideration because I was like, oh, I've played this course many times. And that right there, I think that was what started it right there, was just that arrogance factor. It's like, oh, I've played this course many times, I'll be fine, and went out and played. First shot was good, I was fine. First shot was good, and then I just could not putt. I really could not putt. Anything inside 3 feet I missed, and usually I'm fine 3 feet in, and I'll make a putt from there. But anything inside 3 feet in,
Do you think that was linked to you not doing your putting before?
Possibly.
Possibly.
I don't know though. I think it was just. I think I also had my buddies there too, and it was like they were getting inside my head a little bit, and I think it was mental as well.
What were they doing?
Just saying stupid stuff, kind of like, just saying like, oh, I knew he was gonna miss that putt, like almost every single sub 3-footer I missed.
Why? So are these your friends that play golf?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I missed. I think out of all the 3-footers I had all day, I think I only made 1 inside 3 feet, and that is so bad.
So are you gonna have your buddies the next time?
Honestly, I hope not, but if I do.
Are you required to?
No, but it was a junior league thing, and I just played with them, and I was like, I knew they were gonna start
Are you required to though? Like, are you ever required to have them there? Because if not, then
just
you might
in
not.
general, no.
Yeah, you might not want to have them there then. Because you got to think too. It's cool to hang out, but like at the end of the day, I'm trying to make it. Like,
Exactly.
I can see y'all a little bit later on, man. And I'm just taking it because I've been in that situation before. You know what I'm saying? And like, you want to make it in your sport. So I love y'all, and we can hang out after this, but right now I gotta make sure that I'm executing and dominating this specific part of my process to the best of my ability. So
Yeah, I just made some dumb decisions out on the course.
Yeah.
For sure. That putter's gone. I'm putting that putter in the closet for at least 2 to 3. I'm putting that putter in the closet. That motherfucker's gone. I'm putting that thing in the closet, saying bye, shutting that motherfucker in the closet.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna get a putter out of my dad's bag or something, try that out.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
Because that putter, nope,
Okay.
you ain't doing it for me.
So right now, what do you feel like your tactical or your strategy is? Like on a scale of 1 to 10, how efficient or effective do you think it is? If you had to rate it.
Now that I've talked through with Trammell and trying to readjust things, I'd say 7. I'd say solid 7. Yeah.
7.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Next up, we got technical, right? So just your ability to play the game of golf. You know what I'm saying? Technically sound, understanding what to do with things. How do you feel like you are when it comes to knowing how to play the game of golf? Knowing, obviously, which swings, how your swing's looking right now. All of that, how your putting is looking. Just all of that, how things are looking when it comes to you playing golf.
I would say the swing looked pretty good,
Okay.
honestly. It still looks good. It's just the fact that I had a bad outing. It was terrible. Really, really bad. Really bad. I haven't seen myself play like that in a while. At least on 9. I might go try and play with a friend today.
Mm-hmm.
Try and play 18 maybe, because I'm pissed about last round. I'm really pissed about last round. It's not me. I played terrible.
Yeah.
I know it's not me. And normally I'm really confident. Usually courses I'm really confident with, I play really well at.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't play well.
Okay.
And can't do nothing about it. It's done and over now. But
So maybe it's about a 7 probably on the technical.
technical right now, as far as the swing goes, I'm feeling comfortable with my swing.
Yeah.
It's just I'm not confident in my.
Not
I mean,
confident.
I'm not confident in my coach really. Not confident in my coach.
Yeah. The older one was the old one.
The old coach, yeah. We're
Yeah.
still trying to make a transition.
Yeah.
And then as far as like the swing goes, it feels more robotic than a swing. So I would say probably a 6.
6?
Yeah.
Okay, so overall between the 7 and the 6, you probably about a 6.5. I mean, we're doing the math right away.
I would say so.
6.5 out of 10. Out of 10. Now, we're on the 6.5. Obviously, you can use sports psychologists to help you increase those. But I want to take a different direction. We talked about something a couple weeks ago, really last week, I believe, in the form of AARs. So my question for you is, did you do an AAR after you performed?
Somewhat, yeah. Somewhat. I did somewhat I did somewhat when I got to talk to my round with Trammell,
Mm-hmm.
and we debunked it.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Okay, yeah.
told him what I did good, told him what was going on. Nothing really went good, and I haven't really had that happen. In my opinion,
How'd your swing look?
not the greatest. Not the greatest. I'm not gonna lie. Really bad.
Okay.
It was, wow. I didn't hit it. That was another mistake. I didn't hit my driver on the range. What I normally hit.
Let me ask you a question. Did you say you felt confident going into it? You said that's why because you already played that course.
Yeah, I felt confident because I assumed.
Okay.
But I feel like that's more of outcome thinking. It wasn't really how am I feeling today.
Well, it's still something that you want to have going into next time, right?
Feel confident, yeah.
Confidence.
I would say so. Confidence.
Yeah, so confidence. So you want to sustain that confidence. Every time you go now to another course, or anytime you got to play golf in general, you want to feel confident. So we sustain the confidence. For sure. And I'm not gonna say that you were wrong for feeling confident because you already played that course. I think that that's a positive. If you know you've been somewhere before, like I'm I'm confident because I know I've been here before. There
Yeah.
are things you can pull out where you can say, okay, when the last time I was here, this is what happened. This is how this course was. This is how the winds were. This is how this tree was. This is where, all of that. This is how the course felt. This is how it smelled. This is how it, all of that. I heard these sounds. You can prepare yourself for that to be more confident as you go play that again.
For me, I feel like, in my opinion, I've kind of always had that mentality of us against the world. You know what I'm saying? I've always had that mentality because I feel like I'm doubted. You know,
Yeah.
not all the time, but like sometimes. You know,
Mhm.
I feel like sometimes I get doubted. You know,
Does that help you?
sometimes. No,
When does it not?
I feel like that's tough because I want it to help me,
Mm-hmm.
and I take that energy and I try to make it positive,
Mhm.
and it works. But when I'm playing bad, it's more of, why are you here? And I felt that. I felt that on Wednesday. I felt like I just wanted to like pick up the clubs and just walk back to the clubhouse because of how bad I was playing. And I was like, as bad as it is, I'm just gonna play.
I laughed when you said that because my question is, do you think is case for you it might be it's customizable to everybody, but do you always want positive energy? Like, is that something that you want? Because, and I said that before you answer. I know it probably sounds like a no brainer, but sometimes people don't always have positive energy.
I don't always want positive energy.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't always. I'm gonna say that because
I don't know if Tiger always had positive energy. I think he was trying to
no.
prove motherfuckers wrong. So
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I don't always. I'm gonna tell you. I don't always want positive energy.
say more.
And I say that I don't always want positive energy because I want to play sometimes with rage. I want to play sometimes with anger.
Yeah.
I want to play sometimes with fear. You know,
Mm.
that setting of spotlight, and I mean, I'll tell you, the other day I was doing a debate against. And it was just as simple as being in my classroom.
Lace it up.
You know, I was doing a debate against two of my buddies for a book, and it was you'll always feel. I was feeling pretty nervy just going up there. You know, it's like, of course she picked us first, so she's like, we're gonna have y'all go first. I'm like, oh great, went up there, it's just like. I was looking at everybody, and it was hard at first, but I'm a huge extrovert as it is, and when I debate, when I speak, I love public speaking. I'm not gonna lie, I really like public speaking. I know you don't as much, but you have to as it is.
I love it.
Do you?
I do it every day. It's my job.
Yeah.
Sweep the soldiers every day. 200
Yeah.
soldiers every day.
Dude.
I speak all the time.
I love public speaking. It's just that I have a fear of it, and it's just like, I do love doing it, but the fear of it is always that outcome, and it's always that outcome.
That's the spotlight, though.
But it's not real.
No, it's not real. That's what I'm trying to say. Yes, it's not real. I'm gonna get back to this, but that's the spotlight because it's like, even when I speak, like, I love speaking, and I used to not really want to do it until I realized y'all really don't matter.
Yeah.
I'm here to make sure that I dominate my process.
And that's the thing, though, is that when I was up there,
Mm-hmm.
when I was up there looking at everybody, heart beating, I just slowly started looking around at everybody, and then that's when I started speaking. I just started speaking, and it was back and forth. It was two against one, as it already was. It was 2 against 1, and so out of the gates, they already had the advantage. But I knew that they weren't doing shit with their project because I knew they were the defending side,
Mm-hmm.
and I could just tell, they weren't really doing anything with their project, and they kind of had to scramble to get something going.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, dude, I'm ready to crush them. If you're debating against me, I'm going to crush you, And I just
It's that rage.
And I said, yeah.
Yeah.
I play with like anything with anything.
Mm-hmm.
I will always play with either just no emotions, even like with like sad moments or anything like that. I'm a guy with little emotion.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really possess emotion. And when I was up there, I didn't really have any emotion. You know, I was just up there, you know, and I was throttling them.
Good.
I was really throttling them at
Good.
first, and then I brought up a point at the end where they got me back a little bit, but I completely just throttled them, and they were really, I could tell that they were taken aback because they were like, we didn't know you could debate that well, and I was like, dude, I just did what I had to do.
So this is what I'll say about that. And before I say that, let me give you a little tip on the nerves of public speaking as well. Because when I was in high school, when I was your age, I was doing a lot of acting. So I have an acting background as well. And you know, when you do public speaking or when you have to act, you're doing plays and stuff like that, the biggest thing is to remember that, number one, the audience, when you have nerves, it's not like the audience really matters.
Yeah.
Because you're there to execute the specific role or the specific character. The second thing is that you want to make the audience your friends.
Exactly.
So what I do a lot of times when I public speak is that before I start, I might crack a joke. Like me, I grew up in DeKalb County. We on the bus. I was in the back of the bus. We used to roast all the time, right?
Oh,
So
yeah.
I might roast somebody before we start. Now I actually start public speaking for real. Or I might have a conversation with a guy, talk about shoes, talk about clothes or whatever might interest me that day.
Oh, I was just roasting them. Everybody was
Yeah.
like, "Ooh!"
Yeah.
I was like,
So but you do that so that you calm everything down, and then the audience becomes your friends. Now it's not like
That's
I'm talking
what
to
it was
anybody I
starting to
don't
become.
know. Now it's just I'm talking to like a friend, or I'm talking to this audience right here. We cool, so I'm gonna talk to y'all. Now, let me say this. Did you feel that when you were playing on Wednesday?
No.
Okay. So that means that we have to improve. I don't know what to call it. We'll say step by step. And the reason why I'm saying step by step is because as you read that or you listen to that, you'll realize that there's a specific way of using your brain that you pretty much shut off the next step, and you're only worried about this specific step. Like I'm only worried about dominating where I am at this particular point in my process.
That point of making the audience your friend.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the thing about that is that especially over the summer when I was playing in tournaments and I was playing with like random guys.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I would just, you know, like we would just talk and whatever, like the entire time. And as we did that, I played better because I knew that they wouldn't really care, you know. And it's just like, why is that? You know, like as I got comfortable with them, I was hitting better, playing better, you know. What's the logic behind, like the psychological feeling behind that?
As you got comfortable with them?
Yeah.
They're not strangers. They're not new. I mean, it's you're comfortable now because you're you know how when you're with family you're comfortable?
Yeah.
Like you're good. It might be a different side of you. Like we all have different sides of us that come out. Public side, then family side, then the alone side.
Yeah.
The family side is because I know if I do happen to mess up, you're not gonna judge me. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like the unconditional love type thing. But it's also I feel comfortable around you. I can mess up around you. And so as a result, you start to play a lot looser.
That's why I feel like I need to flip that with my dad. Because with my dad, I don't always play bad.
Do you feel like you'll be judged if you do?
Yeah.
Critiqued?
Yeah. Like I look up to my dad. I'm a lot like that is my NLP, honestly,
That's
my
your
dad.
NLP?
For sure.
Alright.
Talk like him, look a lot like him, act like him, always stoic, really serious about work. When he gets into work, he's in the zone, ready to go. That's me. When I get into work, in the zone, ready to go, let's get it done. My dad is a get it done type of guy. I'm a get it done type of guy as far as like just focusing on things and getting it done.
Speaking of your dad, text him and tell him that we'll be done in about 15 minutes.
All right.
Yeah.
Tell him that.
10:20. But and while you're doing that, I'll just keep going. Yeah. Okay. The thing about playing, in front of parents, number one, with kids, there's this innate fear that we'll let them down. As kids, because of just being children, we don't want to let our parents down.
For sure.
And then you multiply that, you multiply that with the fact that, sports is now involved. And the craziest thing about it, bro, is that a lot of times we don't even control the outcome of sports, but we base that off of, this is going to make my parents happy. We don't even control it. We control the process.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So when it comes to your dad, I do believe that there is well, you told me this as a matter of fact. I'll ask you.
Yeah.
Is there a fear that you will let him down?
Yes. I will just straight up tell you, yes.
Do you feel like you feel like there's any unconditionality there? Like unconditional when it comes to, I can fail and we'll still be cool for the next couple of days or hours or whatever?
Oh, I mean, yeah. No, I know that if I fail, we'll be fine. Especially when I go back to the days when he used to caddy for me,
Mm-hmm.
I liked it, but at the same time, I didn't, because my dad, one, I'm just gonna say I'm a Leo, he's an Aquarius. Kind of different personalities as far as birth signs, but at the same time, what's funny is that I think a lot like him just as far as like different things. The only thing we really have different is myself being lazy as far as like as far as he is infatuated. He loves the process. We were talking about this last night. He loves going through the motions and the process of getting things done.
He's not bored by the monotony or anything.
He loves the process. He loves it.
Yeah.
Me, I love the ending. I love the story. I love that storybook. That's why I love watching movies with like that storybook.
Moneyball and all that.
There you go. I love watching. That's why I love watching movies with that storybook ending,
Mm-hmm.
because it's like I love watching that because that's what the outcome is supposed to be, and I've perplexed and fixed and I've put my mind on that of that's how it's supposed to be, and life is not like that. I've been trying to tell myself that for years on end, is that life's not going to be like that. I had a dream last night, matter of fact. I had a dream last night about golf. I had a dream that I had a dream that I had a putt last night. I was playing at Augusta, and I had a putt to win the Masters. And of course, I made it, made it. And I woke up, I'm like, oh, this is real life. And it was this morning, I was like, oh, this is real life. It's not some dream with a storybook ending. And it's so hard to convince myself that, because it is that outcome of playing well, shooting well. Every single round, I can tell you, every single round, I'm always excited because I am thinking about that shooting well that day. Every single round that I go into, no matter what it is, I'm thinking about shooting well that day. I love it and I hate it. Because I love it and I hate it because when I actually shoot well, I feel accomplished. I feel, I'll tell you, as soon as we got off our session last week, I went on a jog for 30 minutes. 30-minute jog around my neighborhood. So it was hard. It was really, really hard. It was really hard because that jog was so hard. It was hard.
Neutral thinking.
It was hard because, not saying I don't know if I could do it. I knew I could do it. Going in there, I was like, I'm gonna do it. You know, like we're gonna do this. See how long we can go. And we were going and we were going.
What were you paying attention to when you were jogging?
I was looking around, just looking around, looking down. Sometimes, I'll tell you, is that sometimes when there's this one stop sign, or there'll always be this one stop sign or this one hill that especially on the uphills that I'm trying to jog up to.
Mm-hmm.
I don't look at it because I view it as a finish line,
mm-hmm.
and my brain will tell me you're not gonna make it, you know. So I look away. I don't look at it. I don't see it. I look away. I look away from it because then my conscious mind doesn't worry about it, and I just I play mind games on myself as far as that goes, because I just keep rolling, you know. It allows my mind to keep rolling, and going into especially right at the end, I was going around and I was coming down this hill, and I was starting to really slow down. I was like, keep going, you know. I remember saying words to myself. I was saying, be a gladiator, you know. I was saying, be a gladiator, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I was saying that because when I was born, life pretty much rejected me. 2 pounds, 7 ounces. I was born to fight, you know. I was born to fight.
Life equipped you with that. That's good.
Yeah, I'm bullheaded because I'm born to fight.
Mm-hmm.
My dad, he doesn't hate my bullheadedness, but he knows it's a part. He knows it's a part of me. He knows when someone describes somebody being bullheaded, he's like, oh, that's Matt, you know.
Why? So, I asked you what you were paying attention to when you were running, because as you're running, if you pay attention to the details of everything around you, you won't think about how hard this 30-minute run is.
And that's what I was doing. I was just, especially...
No, like, go further into the details.
Yeah.
We're running and we're passing a tree. I wonder what kind of tree that is. When did they plant that tree? I wonder if that tree could produce fruit. Look at the roots on the tree. And then something else catches your attention. That's a car right there. I wonder how long they had that car. Do they like those cars? When was this car made? Then something, you're not thinking of, you see what I'm saying? So
yeah.
You're going through your process and you're thinking about the details of the process, man.
Right.
You're not thinking about, this is a hard ass, bro, 12 more minutes? You're not thinking about that. Yeah. You're thinking about the details of the process. Now, something else I'll say as well is, neutral thinking will get you out of a lot of stuff. Neutral thinking will. Neutral thinking essentially is when you are going into a specific situation, but you're not expecting a good result or a bad result. You brought up being obsessed with the result. As you're approaching certain things within your process, just dominate that. Where you are, how can I dominate that part of my process? I'll give you an example. When they do rifle marksmanship, the soldiers do rifle marksmanship, they're at the range and stuff.
Yeah.
And there's targets that they have. Target at 50 yards, 100 yards, 150, 200, 250, 300. You gotta shoot those targets with an RM, with a M4.
How many shots do you have?
You got about 60 rounds in there because you got 4 different clips. So they give you 4 clips of ammo when you come up to the platform.
Should give you 1 shot each.
You got about 2 or 3. It's timed. So you got about 2 or 3 shots. They up there for about 2 or 3 seconds. So you got about 2 or 3 shots. But what happens is that a lot of them will come up and they'll say, man, like, I'm nervous. And I'll go around, I'm like, what you nervous about? Man, I'm nervous because I want to qualify. You got a qual to pass. I want to get this score. If I get this score, I qualify and I can go to the next round. I pass it. I'm like, well, okay. So you're nervous about getting the end result. Will you qualify, will you not? So instead of doing that, every single shot that come up, do what's required to get center mass on that shot. In other words, do what's required to hit the chest of that specific target. See how the perspective shifts?
Yeah.
I'm not thinking about the end result of qualifying anymore. I'm thinking about just doing whatever I gotta do to hit the middle of this specific target. That's it. I am examining the details of this specific target, and I'm shooting that specific target. And then once I hit that, the next one comes up, same thing. I am examining the details of that specific target and what I gotta do to hit that middle of that target. Okay? So that's the details. So even when you talk about your run and everything like that, what do the details of the process look like instead of thinking that it's a hard run? You know?
Yeah.
Also, I believe that you could train your brain to be obsessed with the process by what you look at. You know, I don't know too much about the earth signs or the birth signs and stuff like that. The Aquarius and the Leo, and I'm a Sag. I don't even know what that means, but I do know you can train your brain to be obsessed with process. Now, this is weird because this is not very ethical, but I'll tell you this. When it comes to movies and everything, there's movies that show process and then they show result, but they're so ingrained in the process. Movies like Scarface that show process of what Al Pacino's character had to go through when he was working I mean, of course you probably seen Scarface before, but movies like Pursuit of Happiness with Will Smith. Movies like Moneyball. Top Gun. Movies,
Top Gun was definitely.
Movies that show process and then they show result. Be obsessed with that. That part of the process. Rocky, Creed.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that process. 42 with Jackie Robinson. Like there's movies that show process instead of being obsessed with result.
Yeah.
You know?
And it's just, even as a little kid, especially watching 42, I was like, oh, he did it. You know, he was like, he got through